let's go ahead and get started here. So this morning, I think I could talk at this point after 246 circuits. You'd think I could talk and put it in the chat at the same time. All right, so this morning is technically labeled a band circuit, and I will demonstrate all of these as a band exercise at one point. But the truth is, I feel like some of them are better off left to dumbbells and kettlebells. But I will show you some variations just because this travels much better than a kettlebell does or a dumbbell. So, you know, I'm going to give you some options in terms of what you can do with the band. You know, if you're in a pinch or, you know, if you're traveling, whatever it might be. So I'll do everything at least once with the band. There's a good chance a couple of these I will move over to the dumbbell. So while you guys are watching here, you can roll out. So the circuit format is 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So a pretty basic circuit for us, or pretty basic interval circuit. The first exercise is a front squat. So typically in a front squat, you'd be holding, like if we're talking about the bar, you'd be holding the bar across the front of your shoulders. Okay, and we squat down like with the bar on your shoulders, right? So that means the band is going to go on your shoulders for this, and this is just a good way to, well, I don't know, it's a way to add some resistance when you don't have weights. All right, so what's going to happen is you'll bring the band up, and like I said, if you don't have a band, it's not a big deal. You'll bring the band up, and you can just put it over your shoulders, but your elbows will face forward here. Okay, so the band is over my shoulders, kind of like right above my biceps. And now it's not touching my legs. Actually, when you get this set up, it's not bad. So I'm squatting down here, pressing out into that band, and then pressing up. All right, so this actually works pretty well now that it's not like touching the side of my legs. So we're just going up and down for 40 seconds, keeping those elbows facing forward. And again, if you don't have a band, this will just be goblet squats. Okay, so that's number one. And number two, bent over row, right? So there's a couple ways we can do that. We can go wide stance. So we've done this before. I really like the wide stance because it sort of makes you hinge at your hips. And then you just grab the middle and pull up. Well, actually today we'll flip your palm forward and we're pulling here like this. All right, so that's the bent over row. We'll do 20 seconds with one hand, 20 seconds with the other. Steve, you're just jumping in. This morning is a band circuit, but if you don't have a band, everything can be done with a dumbbell as well. So no big deal there. All right, SLDL. So we take the band, step on the middle of it. This one actually works really well. I like this. I would keep this for sure. So we're stepping on the band and holding both ends of the band, and then the band pulls you down. All right, so we try to keep chest up and out as you go down, and then we come back up. All right, so you can work a lot in here. You can do a lot of reps in the 20 seconds. You actually get a pretty good burn out of it. Next one, shoulder press. This is the one that I would toss right out the window. But if I'll show it at least once with the band. The problem with this one is it just starts to rub all over your arm. So like in a pinch, you can do this, but you're going to put it behind your heel, right? So it's behind my heel and it comes up the back of my leg, and then you just bring it up to your shoulder here. From there, you press up. All right, so the resistance is good. The problem is in the way it works, it just pulls all my arm hair and leg hair and all that kind of stuff. So I'll do it at least once or twice with the band. Then I'll probably switch to the kettlebell. Again, I'm showing you these just because this is a way you can get something done, you know, if you're on the road or if you're left without some other kind of resistance. Okay, last one here, anti-rotation. In a perfect world, you know, you're not on the clock, so you'd have time to loop the band around something. Since we only have 20 seconds, I've got another band looped around under the couch here. So we're going to take a knee. So the anti-rotation is just holding out like this, right? So now the band is trying to turn me. I'm using my hips and my abs and my core to hold steady and face and just keep my hands right in front of my chest. And then at the 20-second mark, you just switch. Okay, outside knee is going to be up. All right, so I've got a different band set up for that. Another way to do that, like if you got a door with a handle on it or something like that, you can also just loop it around that. I just don't want to pull on the door too hard here. In case I rip it off the hinges, it can happen. So let's go ahead and get going. We'll talk our way through this one. Anti-rotation without a band. Best way to do that is going to be to, let's see, I guess I'll show you on the wall back there. Best way to do the anti-rotation without a band, or if you don't have something, is to find a door jamb or some vertical surface. And you're just going to push, you're going to hold it like you're holding the band out, but you're going to push into the door jamb. So you're basically taking a stance just like this, and the door jamb would be on my left side here. And you're basically pushing into that door jamb like you're trying to push it over. So you're using all of this, but you're not actually moving anything. All right, so it's kind of like a plank, right? You're holding into that, pushing into that door, just trying to push it over, but it's obviously not going to move. Okay. All right. Enough explaining. We'll go ahead and take a knee to start, and we'll get that hip flexor stretch going. So taking a knee, staying nice and tall, tucking your tailbone down and under. So rather than pushing too far forward into this, we're just going to tuck your tailbone down. Looks like Ted's doing this standing. That works too. Switching knees. So again, you'll be feeling this down the front of your leg, maybe up in your hip flexor. All right, let's go back to the first side, and we'll go hands to the floor. So again, we can push your hips down here to get a bigger hip flexor stretch. We're also going to be stretching underneath your front leg. And second part of this, let's go ahead and straighten your front leg. You can have the roller underneath to help. Letting your back heel drop down to the floor. Trying to push your chest away from the floor while keeping that front leg straight. All right, let's switch sides. Pushing your hips down first. You can keep your roller underneath your hands if you want. Just sort of prying your hips open a little bit. And let's go ahead and straighten your front leg. Let your back heel drop down. And good, let's bring your foot forward, or your feet forward. So now we're gonna go feet wide. And you can keep your roller under you if you want. But from here, we're gonna go hands to the floor or to your roller. And we just shift side to side, starting to open up your hips. And good, let's go ahead and stand. We're gonna go hands up over your head, or we're gonna do a reverse lunge with a turn. So we're gonna step back, all right, whatever leg is left forward, you're gonna turn into that leg, and then come up, and we'll alternate. So we step back, turn into your front leg, come up. And we're just alternating through here. Making sure you're not pulling your head forward. You want to try to keep your head back. And good. Last one. We're going to bring your knee up and or bring your shin up and across. We give that leg a hug. And we reach through for an SLDL. Bring that leg up. So really, we should be on one foot the whole time here, if you can. Starting to get your hip warmed up. You'll also notice some work with your foot and your shin. And switch sides. One more time. And good. Okay. So again, band circuit today. Band can just as easily be a kettlebell or a dumbbell, whatever works best for you, but I'll go through everything at least once with the band and then switch it out if needed. I'll move myself here too. Okay, so 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. The things that are each side are going to be, we'll switch at the 20-second mark. So grab whatever implement you have, whether it's a band or kettlebell, dumbbell. And we're ready to go. Okay, ready to go in 10 seconds, starting off with the front squat. So if you don't have a band, you're just gonna hold that like a goblet squat. If you do have a band, it's gonna come up around your shoulders while you're stepping on it. And we'll go from there. Okay, ready in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 40 seconds of band front squat. Again, try everything out once. So here I'm just kind of holding it up over my shoulders, squatting down. It does tend to pull you forward a little bit. I guess not any more than a goblet squat would. But we want to keep your elbows up, facing forward, just like you're holding that bar across your shoulders. 10 seconds left. A bodyweight squat would do just as well here, or you can hold a goblet squat and rest. Okay, bent over row. So that band's going to go in between your feet. Another way you can do this is just to step on it with one hand and you're bent over and we're pulling here. But I like in between the feet. All right, here we go. So we go wide stance, spread that band out between your feet, grabbing with one hand, palm facing forward. We're going to switch sides in 5 seconds. And switch. You should go one hand at a time here. You can do this exact same thing with a kettlebell or dumbbell. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, SLDL is next. This one's a keeper for sure. Works out really well. 5 seconds. You're going to hold each end of the band, step on the middle. All right, ready? And here we go. So as you stand up, that band will pull tight. As you go down, you'll kind of go until you get slack in the band. You always want to keep your chest up. You're going to switch sides in 3 seconds. 2, 1, other side. So we should be just kind of moving through a hinge. Nice and smooth at your hip joint. Five seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, shoulder press. Full disclosure, my least favorite, just because it rubs all over your leg and arm. But you step in with your heel, right? So it's the band is behind me here. Bring it up your back and up to your shoulder. And here we go. We're going to go 20 seconds each side. Five seconds left on this side. 2, 1. Let's go ahead and switch. So we just switch heels. Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and a rest. So obviously with that one, you're kind of at the mercy of the tension of your band. There's not a great way to make it easier or harder. But that wasn't too horrifying, so I think I'll probably just keep it that way for the time being. All right, last one, anti-rotation. So we're either pushing into that wall, or if you have an extra band, or if you have a quick way to hook up your band, we'll do it that way. Outside knee is up if you're kneeling. If you're standing, you can move your outside leg forward. And switch sides in 3 seconds. 2, 1, switch sides. If you have the luxury of another band, it's a good place, it's a good time to use that. Just leave it hooked up. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Again, without equipment, the only other way to do that anti-rotation is to find a door jamb and put your arms out straight. Okay, so that's round 1 out of 4. Let's go back to the front squat in 3 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. You can get that band up and around your shoulders. There's a good chance of keeping it off of your legs. Keep it from rubbing on stuff, which is the most uncomfortable part of this. Remember, we're keeping, it's also a nice cue. Try to keep those shins touching the band. All right, so we don't want knees to fall into the middle like this. We want keep your knees out, pressing into the band. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, rest. So I'm finding more positives out of this as we go along. That is a nice cue to try to keep your knees out against the band as you do your squat. Okay, bent over row. Put that band between wide feet, and here we go. You can pull up on one or both of the straps, okay, top and bottom, or just one. That depends on the strength of the band and the strength of you. 4 seconds left. 2, 1. Here we go. Switch sides. Ten seconds left. Making sure your shoulder blade is down here. Don't let your shoulder crunch up next to your ear. Want to think great posture. 2, 1. Rest. All right, SLDL is next. In 3 seconds, 2, 1, here we go. Just getting that movement going. Let the band sort of pull you into balance. Right, so it sort of grounds you to the floor. We're going to switch sides in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Just switch the foot that's on top of the band. As you hinge, we're trying to keep those hands next to your leg. It means you got to push your hips back. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Shoulder press is next. Remember, for the shoulder press, you're going to put that band behind you, put your heel on it. It should be coming up the back of your leg to start. All right, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. Oops, down the ceiling. Ten seconds left. Switching sides in 3, 2, 1, switch. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. A couple of these are better for like just doing reps versus for time. You know, it takes 3 or 4 seconds out of your time to switch sides on some of them. So some of these are just better suited for reps, but it's working out okay. All right, finishing up with anti-rotation. And here we go. Giving that band a stretch or pushing into the wall. If you're standing and you're pushing into the wall, just go feet square. 5 seconds left on this side. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Pulling those shoulder blades down, reaching the top of your head up towards the ceiling. 5 seconds left. Getting as tall as you can here. And rest. Okay, that's round 2. 2 rounds to go. 10 minutes of work left. Going back up to the front squat. In 3, 2, 1, and band front squat. Here we go. Remember that little cue, pressing out into the band as you go down. And also try to keep your elbows up, pointing straight at the wall. If you find your elbows dropping down as you go, that means you're bending over too much at your waist. Okay, we want to keep that chest up, elbows pointing straight forward. If you had laser beams pointing off of your elbows, they should be pointing at the wall straight in front of you. 10 seconds left. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and rest. Row is next. Okay, 2, 1, and off we go. Grabbing that band with the palm, with your palm facing forward. Your palm will stay forward the whole time. Pulling your elbow back into your back pocket. 5 seconds left on this side. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. You should feel your legs supporting you here, back of your legs, not your low back. You want all pressure off of your low back. Keeping that chest up and out. 3 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. SLDL is next. All right, and here we go. Remember, try to pin your shoulder blades together as you go back, as you go down, and that'll keep you from bending from the top, right? So if we keep your shoulder blades together, there's a better chance of keeping your chest out. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Shoulder blades are together. Keep that double chin so we're not bending from the top down. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, shoulder press. Stepping in with your heel. Bring it up the back of your leg. Okay, ready? And here we go. Okay, 5 seconds left on this side. And switch. Jesus. Keeping your belly strong as you press up. So we're not arching up. 3 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. All right, wrapping up round 3 with the anti-rotation. I'll show the standing version this time, or the version if you have no band. I'll have to face away though. All right, in 2, 1, and here we go. So right now I'm just standing tall, pressing into the wall straight in front of me. So it feels like work through my core, but you can't see me. There we go, how's that? All right, let's switch sides and go, other side. So I'm just pressing into the door frame here. Five seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. I don't know if you got anything out of that demonstration, but I can say I did it. All right. 4th and final round coming up, front squat. Bring that band up over your shoulders. Ready, and go, 40 seconds. Knees out against the band as you go down. Elbows pointing towards the wall that you're facing. Always reaching those elbows up. 15 seconds left. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, bent over row. Okay, ready? 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. Keeping your palm forward, pushing your hips back so that your butt is well behind your heels. In fact, if you're almost falling over, you might be doing it right. 2 seconds left. 1, switch sides. This is a nice, easy switch. This one works really well. The wider your feet, the more challenging the band is going to be. Keep that in mind. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. SLDL is next. Okay, 5 seconds. Ready, and go. those shoulder blades pinned together. Keeping your double chin as you go down. Other side, and go. Switching feet here. Knee bend will help you balance. The leg that you're standing on should be bent. 5 seconds. And rest. Shoulder press. 2 minutes to go here, gang. Five seconds till rest. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Last set of shoulder presses. Keeping those shoulders nice and square. Make sure your ribs stay down in front. Belly stays strong. Ribs down means you're not arching back. 2, 1, switch sides. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, last one, anti-rotation. So make sure belly is strong. You can obviously dial this one up and down based on where you set up. So if you set up far away with the band, it's going to be harder than if you're close to the band. Okay, off we go. So holding nice and strong. Tailbone is down like it has a heavy weight hanging from it. You're going to be breathing through a strong core. Okay, don't let the band turn your arms or your shoulders. Switch sides. Last 20 seconds. Tailbone tucked down. Should feel fully strong here, like good team effort. 10 seconds left. Three seconds. 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so that's a band circuit. I would personally wouldn't make it my go-to, but like I said, bands travel a lot better than dumbbells do or kettlebells do. So if you're going to be on the road for a while or feel like you want to get some work in somewhere, it's a good way to travel with some sort of resistance. So not ideal, but gets you through a pinch. So guys, thanks for joining me this morning, and we'll see you next time. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Brian.
Actually, tomorrow will be Evan, because I'll be in the gym. So that place I used to work. All right, take it easy, guys.